if tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know.
With one of her donkeys, Luke. Luke is a registered miniature Mediterranean donkey. Originally imported from the Italian islands of Sicily and Sardinia and other Mediterranean areas, these donkeys must be 36 inches to be registered with the American Donkey and Mule Society. Miniature donkeys live to be 35 plus years old. They weigh an average of 200 to 350 pounds and have an average height of 32 to 34 inches at the withers. Luke is a gray dun donkey and is 7 years old. Luann's donkeys have the cross markings, and if you look closely at Luke, you will see his garter bands and collar buttons. The light tan markings around their muzzle and eyes are known as points. Let's get some donkey action going on right now. Oh yeah!
Well, I bought me a donkey about 4 foot tall to plow my cotton in the early fall. His running around was an awful sin. I had to build a fence to keep my donkey in. I rigged up a wire with a battery charge to keep my donkey from a running at large. Inside this pen I turned him loose, corralled by bolts of electrified juice. Well, which way did my donkey go? If you see him, let me know. I haven't seen my donkey since he backed into that electrified fence. Now the first time he backed up against it, he threw back his ears and he had a fit. He brayed real loud and he hit high gear. He jumped up into the stratosphere. I just got word from Albuquerque, a donkey up there was looking for work.
Yeehaw!
He's my donkey and his name is Jack. Oh, how I wish he'd come on back. Well, it's a way did my donkey go?
Like mother, like son.
Let me know. I haven't seen my donkey since he backed into that electrified fence.
How you doing, Luke? And a miniature horse. Spot is handled by his owner, Kelly Hall. He is a miniature Appaloosa. Spot and Kelly live here in Sundance along with 2 other miniature horses. Kelly works as a farrier when she is not training. Miniature horses come in all colors and 2 sizes. Miniature horses are just like regular horses in proportion, but measure less than 38 inches. Division A are up to 34 inches in height, and Division B horses are 34 inches to 38 inches in height. AMHA, which is American Miniature Horse Association, and AMHR, American Miniature Horse Registry, are the two registries in this country for these little horses. Oh, that's a cute horse you got there, Kelly. They originated in Europe with 400 years of selective breeding to get to what we have today. Unlike a large horse that is measured to the withers, a miniature horse is measured at the last hair of the mane. Very interesting. These versatile little horses are used for in-hand jumping, showing, driving, backyard pets, of course, and they make great therapeutic service animals. They are easy keepers since they don't require much food or large pastures. Well, heck, where can I get one? Yeah, that little horse's name is Spot. How old is that little horse, Kelly?
He's 10.
10 years old.
He came from Magical Miniatures Horse Rescue.
Magical what?
Magical Miniature Horse Rescue.
Yeah, he came from Magical Miniatures Horse Rescue. All right. Well, thank you, Kelly. Really appreciate that. There we go. Natalie's mount is a 20-year-old Tennessee Walker / Morgan mix named Blackjack. Natalie is 17 and has lived in Sundance for about 5 years. 3 months ago, Natalie got Blackjack as a present from her mom from a race, but took a liking to Natalie right away and listens to her very well. Over the months together, Blackjack has improved in all aspects. He is a well-behaved horse most of the time and walks on a lead rope like a puppy, and his overall health has improved. Unfortunately, Natalie is unable to ride Blackjack due to an accident in November and continuing health problems. But no one thinks he minds. All right, next. This is the color horse category. A lot of you may know this gal. Terry and Sheila Pavlock are the owners of Cowgirl Maple. Maple is a 19-year-old quarter horse, and her color is called Red Dun. A Red Dun has a chestnut-colored base coat with a diluted or dun gene, which makes the main body hairs of the horse lighter. The mane, tail, and lower legs will tend to remain the original darker color. The dun gene is also characterized by certain primitive markings which are darker than the body color. Example of the primitive markings include a dorsal stripe which runs down the center of the back, along the spine, and through the tail. A horizontal striping from the middle of the legs and up. Maple is also 93% founding quarter horse, which means her ancestry can be traced back to the original bloodlines of the sires and dams that form the origins of the quarter horse breed. Around the 1600s, the original founding fathers of this quarter horse breed intended the horse to be kind-eyed, with strong feet and strong bones, broad-chested, very powerful in the hind end, and typically stood between 14 and 15 hands tall and weighed about 1,200 pounds. All right, well, thank you, Sheila. Come on down. Yeah, Sheila, she's not a member resident of Sundance Communities, but she lives right on the outskirts. Matter of fact, on this road over here, and She loves horses so much, and she loves all of us so much. She always shows up on cleanup day and work day, and, you know, she's one of the crew, and we really like her. Then, dressage is a French word from the Renaissance period, which means training. Horse and rider perform from memory or with the aid of a reader different movements at predetermined areas of the ring. The start and stop of these movements usually coincide with 12 visible letter markers and 5 invisible letter markers. The arena for dressage is either 20 meters wide by 40 meters long or 20 meters by 60 meters for width and length. Our arena simulates the larger measurement, which is 20 by 60. The movements consist of straight or serpentine lines, walking and trotting, 10 and 15 meter circles, backing the horse and halting the horse, and much, much more. Dressage judges in competition will rate a competitor on a scale of 1 to 10 for each of these movements in programs that last from 3 to 15 minutes in length, depending upon the level of the dressage test. Pas de deux in French means 2 steps, or steps of 2. Today, Amy Emerson and Barb Greenlee are performing a pas de deux to the music of Toby Keith's Made in America. This exhibition ride challenges both ladies to mirror each other's movements through their 4-minute ride. This is very much like synchronized swimming, only with horses and on dry land. Alrighty. Ladies, you let me know when it's time to hit the go button. Just say go.
Seeing foreign cars filled with fuel it isn't ours, and wearing cotton weed and gold. He's got the red, white, blue, fine hound farm, silver flag tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. You won't find nothing that he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman bench, he ain't picture dust. He's just America.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amy and Barb. Very nice job. As is necessary when trotting most breeds of horses, the rider sits firmly in the saddle and maintains continuous contact with the horse. Two examples we have here are the Palomino Racking Horse Mare, ridden by Lucille, and the Tennessee Walking Spotted Saddle Horse Mare, which is the brown and white horse, ridden by Russ Pritchard. Delight is a 15-year-old Palomino racking horse. She is much like a Kentucky mountain horse in the coloration of a halflinger. Delight is a gentle soul and has been used extensively for beginning children and adult riding lessons. She has a delightful showy gait and a white flowy mane and tail. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to have to get that. Lucille has been riding less than a year and first leased and then purchased Delight from the Glover Gated Horse Ranch in Spring Hill. Lexus is a registered 10-year-old Tennessee walking horse and a registered spotted saddle horse. She has a lot of spunk and likes to motor quickly down the trails. She doesn't have much patience for beginning riders and will quickly train you to go at her pace. Russ is also a novice rider who continues to be trained by his horse. He tells us about it all the time. Lucille and Russ will be riding at different speeds to exhibit the different gaits, flat walk, running walk, and rack. When done properly, you will note the characteristic head bob, which demonstrates the horse is properly collected, in balance, and primarily using their rear hind quarters for propulsion. Delight and Lexus are primarily trail riding horses and often can be found riding the trails in the adjacent Little Manatee River State Park. Russ and Lucille are volunteer members of the Community Service Organization, which is the CSO, for the state park, known as the Friends of Little Manatee River State Park. Gaited horses walk smoother than other horses because one hoof is on the ground at all times in a rhythmic fashion, minimizing vertical movement while maximizing horizontal movement. Let's see if we can illustrate this with some music. Well, thank you, Lucille and Russ. That was wonderful.